Hello and welcome to possibly the greatest YouTube channel of all. This one. I'll sit here and wait for the millions and billions of loyal fans. Probably. The brother garbage in the building. One pride, my friend. One pride. Ugh. How the hell is work going? I got home a little while ago. My work is over for tonight. I get to relax and drinking ice cream and eat a beer. Not particularly in that order, but we're gonna be. I'm at home. What are you doing at home? Wait a minute. I know for a fact. I know damn well you work on a Tuesday night. Oh, sick family. Oh, yeah. That's okay. I'm sick too. I'm sick in the brain. Ah, my fucking house smells like sewage right now. The sewage backed up in my bathtub, and I can't get rid of the damn smell of shit in my house right now. So, like, I don't know. I've tried everything. I've opened up all the windows. I can't get rid of the damn smell. Like, I don't know what the hell. It's not bad in my room, but in the front room, it's just fuck. I'm gonna have to Febreze or some. I don't know. Febreze the hell out of it. No work. Wish I didn't have to work. I'm taking a vacation soon. A vacation away from work. Someone asked me, where you going? I said, away from work. I said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to sit my ass in home all fucking week. I ain't doing shit. Nothing. Not a damn thing. So that's about that with that. I was looking at some. Let me see. Maybe I'll look at my doubloons again. I've seen some of these last night, but maybe there's some I didn't look at last night. I have probably looked at all of these already because I kept searching through them, but this time I'm going to take them all out. King of Carnival, New Orleans, 1872. 1968. We got 68 or more in here. 6873. Remember Bourbon Street full of jazz. I was doing them the other day. Looking at these things. Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Some of these I already saw, but I just kept putting them back in the, what you call it. I have to wash my hands again. Another one of these Mardi Gras B97 things. 1982. Well, I can travel back to 1982. Yeah, they should pass that shit. Oh, I've been getting overtime every the last 4 weeks. 30 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 17 minutes here. Not much, but it's overtime. This is City of Gretna. Now we're talking here. Oh, B97, 1988. $1 off the warehouse record tips. There you go. Oh, supposedly they caught 4 out of those 10 inmates. One of these inmates was fucking stupid. He stayed in New Orleans and never left. What an idiot. The last place you'd think of, no. I saw something about it this morning, but yeah, that was in New Orleans. That's 40 miles away. That ain't near me. I mean, New Orleans is sort of near me. It's about 35 minutes to the Superdome. From where I'm at, 35 minutes give or take. With traffic. But hey, Cajun's Delight, 1982. Yeah, put that one on the side. Hey, Roadrunner. That's okay. Nobody ever stays long in here. Bacchus, 68. Keep that one. That's a good one. Bacchus, 68. Yeah, I'm on a little late because I just got home from work about a half an hour ago. I took a shower and I said, come on down to Funky Town. Tomorrow night, I'm not doing a stream. I'll be on Cajun stream. Cajun's going to do a live. I told him that tomorrow's the perfect day because I'm off and I can do it. So, hey, look. Hey, this is the blue for Roadrunner. You probably can't see it too well because my camera never focuses. But it says Jerusalem Temple, New Orleans, Louisiana, Roadrunner. Beep beep. So my camera never wants to. It never wants to. It always wants to go black, and I don't know why it does that. But trust me, that's what it says. So, yeah. Cough up a lung or two or three. The Oscars and the Emmys. February 11th, 1975. That's interesting. I got 2 things to show Cajun if he pops in tonight. He may be sleeping, so we'll kind of see. I should message him, but he'll check his emails. He generally does. But if he doesn't come in tonight, that's okay. There's always next time. Some of these I saw last night. Shriners, 75. Which video? What's the name of it? I'll tell you if I watched it. I probably didn't, to be honest with you, but because I haven't had time to do anything really. But tell me the name of the title, and I will watch it. Oh no, I didn't watch it. I will. I promise you, I will. Wait, this can't be 32. Yeah, that's dirty. That needs cleaning. I will watch it and I will say oink 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 oink. That's what I'm gonna type. Oink oink oink. Was it last week? I thought you just made that video. You know me. I'm a dummy. Harvey L.A. 1979. 1982. Jazz and the Saints. Mardi Gras in New Orleans. We got to keep that one. That goes on the keeper list. Well, I'm keeping all of these doubloons, obviously, but that's the mega keeper list. I don't know. Did you tell me that last week? I don't know. If you did, I sincerely apologize. I just get too much shit going on. Ooh, I like this one. 1988. This is I'm going to put that one on the side, too. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm sorry. I will definitely watch it after this stream. I'm only doing like maybe an hour, if that. You know, I'm only getting like 20 views every time I do a live stream now, so it's not really worth whatever. I'm just, chilling, taking some time, going through all these doubloons, which you can hear. It's kind of hard to see them. 1982, New Orleans, home of the Jazz. Delete who? I can't see the last letter because of that damn dollar sign. Dollar. Or is it just called delete? Delete laws. No, I haven't. Unless you mentioned them to me, I honestly, I haven't. But they should get rid of these. They should get rid of these damn laws. You know, we called the cops because someone stole the signs that we had up that were screwed into the brick. They bolted them out. So we call this guy, and this guy's looking like an asshole. My boss goes, "How come?" She goes, "Is it just me, or all cops look like they're pricks? Like they look like they got a smug on their face and they're an asshole?" And I said, "No, cops are trained to be assholes. I watch shows. They are trained by the academy to be an asshole. They just are." Oh, that's pretty cool. You got some. I'm glad you got some exposure there. I'll give him a subscription. Why not? I'll be like, yeah, my boy Garbage was on your channel. Wait, let me write that down. Cause where's my where the hell is my I don't know where my book is. I just had it. Book, where are you at? I haven't seen. Right, here it is. Come here. I got so much shit on my bed. Okay. What? Wait. Have people in my comment section calling me a sovereign citizen cop sucking bootleggers in my. I don't even know what the hell you just said. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm trying to figure that out. All right, let's see. We're gonna write that right here. Wait, right here we go. YouTube channel delete laws. Watch Zaron's video. I don't understand this shit. Like, wait a minute. They call you a fraud. Sovereign nation. What the fuck? Well, these people are really, I don't think I've ever seen you harass anybody in public. I'm pretty certain I've never seen you go up to somebody and go, "Excuse me, sir, why are you being an asshole?" I have never seen that. Oh no. That's the thing about these people. They won't watch your shit. They'll comment on the title and go, "How dare you do this to people?" I'm like, bitch, did you watch the damn thing? Do you even know what it's about? It could be about dogs. It could be about frogs. Yeah, probably some of those are bots. Bots bots will say outrageous shit. I'd respond to every one of them some bitches, and I'd say, "Look, I tell you what, you watch the video." I'd say, "All right, what did I say 10 minutes into the video? Who was I talking to?" They go, oh, I don't know. I'm like, well, you didn't watch the damn video then. Shit, I'll tell you what. I'll scan your comment video and I'll back you. I'll back you up. Damn right. Oh, cops out here. Let me tell you. There's a nickname for my parish. Okay? It's called Slamity, with another word in front of it, because I don't want to give away the parish I'm in. But Slamity. In other words, the cops, they throw your ass in jail. They don't ask questions. They pull you over, they put your ass in jail, and they ask questions later. That's just how they're trained. But, you know. 1983 Bacchus. That's interesting. Yeah, these cops they're assholes. They just are. They just are. I don't never figure out why or if or how, but they just are. Another Roadrunner thing. Beep beep. Meep, meep. They're almost like the same doubloons I'm keep looking at. Oh, the French Market, 1977. Okay, that one goes on the side. Wait, do you want me to watch the video on your channel first and then go to the Elite Laws, or do you want me to watch the Elite Laws first? Because I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna. Oh, you got two versions. What the hell? So I'm supposed to watch them both now? Wait a minute. I'm confused. I mean, I'll watch them both. You know what I'm watching right now? Funny enough, and I watch this all the time. You know, One Patrol Nation. No. One Patrol Live. It comes on the Reels channel, but these are the reruns from like 3 or 4 years ago on investigation. It's on Patrol Live, and it's actually cops. You know, I like to watch cops actually because I've always watched cops, but right now they got somebody and he's on the ground. He's like, get on the ground, get on the ground. It's in New Mexico. But they had a cop show out here. It was on A&E, and it was called On Patrol Live. And they actually filmed in my city. In fact, they actually filmed one night when I was getting off of work. And they went right past the car that I was riding in. And they tried to pull my damn car over. And I'm like, no. Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you can see it, but I think because of the way they just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. People are haters. People are gonna hate. Trust me, I'll go in that comment section and start holy war with them son of a bitches. They don't know me. I'll be like, who in the hell is starting shit with my buddy Zaron? I'm gonna kick your ass. Cops do that. They have nothing to do. They're just like, let's go fuck with that dude. They don't care. Oh, I seen this. This is the one with the cat. I saw this last night. They're basically rerunning the same exact one they showed last night on Patrol Live. No. Yeah, these cops are dumb. I don't know. They just are. Sorry, cops, if you hear me, you're just Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1982. Knights of Babylon. Okay, yeah, that's a New Orleans. That's a thing. Well, at least you got witnesses this time. So that's a good thing that they were filming. We the People, Allah. 1981. Oh, no, 1987. Yeah, it's always good to have different angles. Definitely always good to have a different angle. You never know. You might capture something that they might not see and vice versa. which is very important if you ever have to go to court. But like I said, 9 out of 10 times, these cops are not going to go to court. They're not. They're not. Because they have to see what people don't realize about this. Not everybody understands this. When cops got to go to court, they don't get paid for it. They have to take a day off. Or they have to go on their day off. So they're not getting paid to go to court for this. So unless it's very important, you know. Cajun might be sleeping. I sent him a thingamajig. You can message him, Dave, and say, get your butt in chair. But, well, we have 2 people in here, both are Lions fans. So I guess it's a Lions chat. Yeah, they're not going to, yeah. The cops are not going to go. They're not going to go. Oh, they do? Oh, that sucks. Louisiana, they don't. They don't get, if they got to go to court, they don't get paid. So that's why a lot of times in Louisiana, you don't, nobody pays any damn tickets. I should have messaged Boudreaux and said, Boudreaux, get your butt in here. Well, like I said, he's probably sleeping. But I told a cop, I said, why do you look like an asshole? He goes, I don't know. I said, well, I don't know either, so we're even. Sure, why not? I tell him that all the time. That's a corroded one. That's corroded. I like the color of that. 19. Oh, that's Endymion. 1982 Endymion. Ooh, I don't think I have this one. That's going into the doubloon book for sure. I don't think I have that one. It's gonna take me forever to go through these. Ooh, there's a purple one. It's a purple. King Allah. Allah. Oh, like 5 times. Oh yeah. Well, tell him 5 times. Tell him 55 times. Bacchus 68. Oh, 1987. William Shatner. I already have this one. I got some doubles here. 1987. William Shatner was King of Bacchus. Now you give him the middle finger, you tell him that's what you do. These cops, they know what they're doing. Trust me, they know what they're doing. They're hoping you don't know the laws so they can, But you got to know the laws nowadays because if you don't, they'll take advantage of you. 1974, Marrero. Most of these doubloons are older than me. I got to put some of these in the book. Yeah, that's how. Well, they have to justify it being stopped. So they'll just say, well, we'll give him a citation and let him be on his way. The hell with that. Midnight Riders, 1982. They're like, oh shit, let's go. We going to war here. These are all copies. Snug as a bug in a rug, 1978. Damn, I got all this shit on my hand. I don't know what the hell this is. It's kind of ash or something. I sincerely hope that no one died and they put their ashes in this damn thing covered in doubloons. Then again, I've been digging in it for the last 2 days, so there we go. So I don't know. Some of these doubloons have all this great ash on them. But whatever. Hey, it wouldn't be New Orleans without that, right? Well, that's what their speed trap. When I go to my aunt's house, they sit in front of Stella's. No, Stelli's. It's a supermarket. It's right there on the corner as you go into Marksville. Them bastards sit there. And we had a red light. We're stopped. And this cop comes out. Comes right behind us. You know how fast you were going? No, we're stopped. We are at a red light. And he goes, you were going 43 and a 35, license and registration. And I looked at this guy and I said, for what now? I should have filmed it. But the thing that pissed me off is he kept calling my mom honey and baby and, oh, baby, I'm going to let you off with a ticket. What would you like? A $250 ticket or a $50 ticket? And I told him, I said, officer, stop. I told him, I said, stop harassing my mother. And he looked at me and he goes, mind your own business. And I said, all right, hold on a second. My own business? I was ready to get out the car and beat the shit out of him. I would have went to jail. But luckily, my cousin knows this guy. Went to school with him. And he's one of these bodybuilders, you know, all big and bad, lifts weights and stuff like that, and just trying to strut his shit around. And then I'm like, how in the hell do you stop someone at a red light? But the thing is, my aunt knows the commissioner up there in Avoyelles Parish, which, you know, Avoyelles Parish is basically corrupt anyway because people, but she knows like the main guy, like the commissioner guy that approves all the tickets and stuff. So she went up there and just was like, told him what happened. He goes, he just ripped up the ticket. He goes, yeah, I'm going to talk to this dude. Last time I went up there, that dude wasn't even a cop anymore. They fired his ass. Or they demoted him or something. I don't know, because I ain't never seen him. You know, it's just like, it's who you know sometimes, I guess. Yeah, if I ever get a ticket up there, they're just going to rip it up. But, Michigan, shit. Louisiana, you can get away with anything. I don't think they care. But like in my parish, they'll pull you over for anything. You know? They'll pull you over and they go, oh, what were you doing? I'm driving. Okay, where were you driving? Straight. And they go, okay. Can you, nobody ever comes in my chat anymore. I send the link out to Cajun, and Cajun sends the link out to everybody. Nobody ever comes in my chat anymore. That's why I stopped doing it for a month. I don't get the support anymore. You know, I used to get 50, 60 people in here about 4 or 5 years ago. Last night I had about 6 or 7 people in here, but that was for a little bit. I only had like 18 views on the entire stream. So I just don't get any views anymore. YouTube has pretty much blacklisted me. You know, if somebody shared out my stuff, maybe I'll go on the Delete Laws channel and say, yeah, I'll film you a video. You know. But yeah, I mean, I got like 1,800 subscribers. You think some of them would pop in? No. You think they would actually show their face? Not really. Well, I don't do that because, however, YouTube, if you go through YouTube, you will get hacked. So I already got hacked through YouTube once, so I'm never doing that again. That's why I go through StreamYards or Restream. And of course they're gonna push their own. They're gonna push their own agenda. You know, it's stupid. I got a lot of repeats here. Man, I'm halfway through this thing. I still got a lot of the balloons here. I'm gonna be through this thing forever. Where's my cup at? I'm gonna start putting these in the cup. Come here, cup. I'm probably gonna fill this damn cup up. Yeah, I'm gonna fill it. Somebody hacked my channel through YouTube. I couldn't get in my channel for 6 months. That's why I lost all my watch hours, and I pretty much never recovered because of that. Oh, whoa! Man, this is gonna fill up very fast. At the time, I kind of cared a little bit, but I mean, I got it back after like 6 months. But by that time, they took, they deleted shit and added shit and whatever, Then I built it up again to almost 4,000 watch hours, and I don't know what happened after that. It just disappeared. That was the end of that one. Yeah, I lost most of my watch hours. I only got like probably 300 left, maybe if that. I don't care. I had 1,000 about a month ago. Shit, I had 3,972 watch hours at one point. It down the drain. But well, you see, at the time, I was going to a lot of these. I was going to the gambling channels. The ones that do the lottery tickets. And there was 2 or 3 trolls that were hacking a lot of those people. Like some of them got hacked 3 and 4 and 5 times. Some of them even got swatted. So I was going to those channels at the time, watching the lottery tickets, and just one day out of the blue, I was doing a live stream at 1:30 in the morning. I had about 50 people in my chat, and all of a sudden, boom, everything goes black, and all of a sudden, I got all kinds of hackers in my chat and all this other shit, throwing out some info, and and I'm just like, what the fuck? And they were doing it like they were coming in my chat, and they were blocking my mods. They were deleting my channel, like they were fucking with my shit. And it was through YouTube, because they can hack Google. That's what they did. They don't hack YouTube, they hack Google. So when they did that, I stopped it. I shut it down. And then I couldn't get back into it after that, because they had control. Then eventually I got it back, which is why I don't stream on YouTube anymore, off of YouTube. I stream off of StreamYard. But back in the day, I was getting 2, 3, 4, 500 views a night. But I think they did that too because I was only about 200 watch hours away from getting monetized. So they probably had came in my stream before, heard me say that, and said, let's screw with them, knowing that I was going to get monetized. So, hey, joke's on me, whatever. But, so I would have been but then looking back, you don't make a lot on monetization anyhow. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Kyle is in the building. How you doing, Kyle? Appreciate you popping in the chat. How's life treating you? I hope life is good. If not, we blame Rondell. But you don't know who Rondell is, but still blame him. Because, I think Kyle remembers the time I got hacked. I don't think he was in the stream, but yeah, it was like 1:30 in the morning. And then I had the cops knock on my door, and I knew the cop. I knew the officers, and they were like, "Yeah, we got a report of blah 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 blah." And I'm just like, "Yeah." And I told them what happened. I said, "Yeah, these damn hackers on YouTube, blah 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 blah." And, one of those shit. And actually, Stacks and stuff at the time told me you should make a video on YouTube. It'll go viral. And I go, yeah, that's the last thing I want to do is give some asshole on YouTube credit for fucking my channel up. I don't think so. But yeah, I was talking to the he knew. He goes, I know this is bullshit. I know, but I still have to come out here. And I was like, yeah. And I showed him the stream and everything, and he goes, well, we can't really do anything about it. He goes, we can trace them, but they probably got a fake number. And I said, yeah, I understand it. I said, but if it ever happens again, but he goes, we have to come out every single time. uh, so, but that was years ago. That was, I don't know, what, 6 years ago, maybe? 5, 6 years ago? Um, but yeah, I think that's why. And I don't go to those gambling channels anymore. So you need, like, you feel hella guidance. Well, Garbage has got 4 kids. So he can give you advice. You know, I sort of know things, but I don't know things. But if it's woman problems, well, I don't really have that much. But I feel that, like, Garbage is the answer on everything. Maybe, but I could try to help too if I knew what I was talking about. But I'll give it a shot. Usually, when I give advice, I don't know if people listen. But I wish I had a beer though. But yeah. I swear, I thought I was. This is the third night in a row they played this on Patrol Live. They keep rerunning the same ones. What? No beer, no good for you. The hell with that, sir. I'm gonna drink my body weight in beer. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Hell yeah. There ain't a damn thing. Yeah. I need to find ways with. Well, you know, I still haven't found really many ways to cope with. In fact, I started YouTube. Yeah, I don't drink either. I actually started YouTube as like I wouldn't say therapy. I started YouTube to make friends. But talking about problems sometimes is fine. But, when I was your age, 16, 17, thereabouts, this when I moved and shit was falling apart in my life, and, but hell. Yeah, Garbage just kind of puts a joint up his butt, apparently. I don't know. Yeah, Kyle's already smoking. What the hell are you talking about? Dude's been smoking ever since I've known him, probably. you know? Y'all not that far from each other. He's in Canadian land and you're in Detroit land. So I think there's like a river separating y'all, so y'all not that far. But yeah, life sucks and you got to deal with it. That's just in my philosophy. I've been dealing with. I really don't have a more like fuckland right now. No, Puerto Rico should be the 51st state. Then you add Canadian land. But anyways, no, we're not getting into that. But yeah. Um, but yeah, I totally get it. Well, yeah, I don't blame you for that. We want your import, sir. Bacon, syrup, and I guess hockey, but we already have hockey. But we don't really pay attention to. Sandron, drive over the border, go to Canadian land, and go cook Kyle some barbecue. You know? Well, that's good. I'm glad you're staying out of trouble. You know, you don't want to piss anybody off because there's no reason to be pissing people off or getting in trouble or any of that other stuff. You know. You see, you watch. Don't be like Garbage. Garbage goes out, and then the cops arrest him for no reason. And then he says, "You no good, beep." And then, no, actually, you could be like Garbage, but I don't know. Garbage goes out on cop patrol. He's got the speaker. 1 in 90. There's a fire on Doug Street. 2 guys are beating the shit out of each other. Go respond. He's like, bingo! Bum fights, here we come. I remember that channel. They had that channel, Bum Fights, and that was a big ass channel on YouTube at one point. They had, I don't know what, 10 million subscribers. And I think YouTube canceled it or something. Cup Cuties. Who sings? I have never heard of this particular song. Is it a rap song? Is it a rock song? Oh, Cop Cuties. Oh, well, I've never heard of that either. But I've met a few good, decent cops, and I've met a lot of asshole cops. You know. Depends on what mood they're in, what they just dealt with. I used to know the cops out here because when I worked overnight at CVS, they used to come in. They used to come between us and Walgreens, and they wait for a call. And I got to know a few of the cops. There was only one dude. He was this white dude. And he must have weighed 300 pounds, and he would not say any. He would not speak to you. He would not look at you. If you tried to say anything to him, he would growl at you. He'd go, "Rrr." I'm like, are you a bear or a cop? And like he was the only one that was just kind of, no, cops are trained to be assholes. They are. They're just trained to be assholes. I know that for a fact. They are just trained. I was watching my show on Patrol Live last night, and the cop, this deputy lady, she said something in that triggered the guy triggered her, and she goes, "We're trained to be defensive. We're trained to be." She said, "We're trained to be like, we're trained to be pissed off. We're trained. This is how we're told to deal with situations." You know. I don't know. I completely done lost the you know, Cop Cutie. Well, who sings this Cop Cuties? And is there nudity in it? Female nudity. Because I don't want to see guys. You know what? Um, but you know, Garbage can't even censor himself properly. He's like, "Oh, damn it! I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say something else." I haven't looked at anybody's schedule. I glanced at the Saints schedule, and my prediction is the Saints are going 13-4. Yep, 13-4. But you know what I heard today on the damn radio? Now, Derek Carr is supposed to retire. but not until June 1st. Now he's demanding a trade. And I'm like, okay, didn't you just say your shoulder was fucked up and you can't play next year, but you want to trade? And he wants to trade to 2 teams. And only 2 teams. Can you guess which 2 teams? Can you guess one of the 2 teams that he wants to be traded to? You might know this team. In fact, I'm pretty sure you know this team. But I heard that one of the teams he wants to be traded to is the Lions. But I can't see why the hell they want that POS on the team. I don't know who the other one is, but they were talking about that on the radio today. And I'm just like, we don't want him either. You take him. Shit. The Steelers probably want him. The Steelers keep calling up. The Steelers are calling up. Yeah, we want Chris Olave. Yeah, we want this guy. Yeah. The Steelers keep calling the Saints every day about our players. Every day. Maybe that's who they want. Maybe they want Derek Carr. We'll trade him for a bologna sandwich. I'm good with that. But he ain't a good fit for any team. He sucks. He's terrible. He can't even do the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Can't even make this guy worth a shit. And believe me, Drew Brees can make people famous. He can make people good. But I don't know. I appreciate you popping up, Kyle. And kick some ass throughout the day. Go get some C's and B's, and I guess you can get an A if you want, but there's nothing to be ashamed about if you get a C. But Derek Carr is a me. See, Drew Brees was great. Yeah, Kyle goes to school still. He's only 16, 17. He's whatever. I told you that in the past. But he's mature for his age. I told you that in the past. It don't matter anyway. You know, you're 16, 17. You're close enough. But he hadn't been in here in a while. Just think of Garbage as your second dad. Apparently he didn't understand when I said, yeah, Garbage has 4 kids. It's just like another kid. Not quite. Kyle's the only exception. He's the only exception that under 18 that I would ever allow him to chat. Only because, like, he's more mature beyond his years. Besides, nowadays, kids hear everything. But maybe I should have told you. Garbage. Maybe I should have. I know I have in the past, but Oh yeah, he stuck in one day and we just never got rid of him, and I'm glad we haven't. He's still here. So we kept him in here. And if all else fails, go to the land of Detroit and find the house that's blue and speak with the one we call Garbage. Or Mr. Zanron. However the hell you want to say it. I don't know. But that's what we call the Hulk Hogan vitamins. uh, I guess I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I know that's 2,000 milligrams, but I don't know what the D3. I don't know any of that stuff. Well, I didn't know that either. Isn't every Lions fan house blue? Don't y'all show pride in your team? Shit, my room is colored in Saints colors. Yeah, they used to ban Kyle because they thought he was too young. He was well over 13. He was like 15, and they were like, nope, 10. What? I bet you every house in Canada is covered in maple syrup because that's their import. How do you live in the city, in the land of Detroit, and your house is not blue? I don't understand that. Like, my house would be black and gold. You know, if I had a house that was my house that I owned, that some bitch, black and gold. See, Kyle's house is green, which is not exactly maple syrup, but at least it's the color of money. Yes, you import it from Canadian land. I get that. Right across the border. I'm going to call up Garbage's landlord. I'm going to say, yeah, you don't know me and I don't know you, but guess what? I'm painting your house blue. You're going to like it. I bet you if I get like Barry Sanders over there to sign the damn thing, you wouldn't care if I painted it blue. Michigan maple syrup. Well, I know that. You're right there next to Canada. The only thing that's separating y'all two from Canadian land is a river. I think the Ontario River or something. I don't know. You swim in it. You jump in the river and you turn and you get it turns into maple syrup. But Michigan black cherries. Well, I've never stepped foot in the state of Michigan, but oh, that's what separates Detroit and Canada. I thought it was like called Ontario River, so I don't know. I thought it was called something else. Oh, all you gotta do is find a maple tree and just tap that sucker, and voila, syrup arises. Uh, I might get me a maple syrup in the morning, McGriddle or something. Why not? Best thing around. I'm gonna build my own McDonald's. And that's why we need Canada. Oh, you said NBC. It's like, yeah, well, that would make sense if NBC's smoking. That would explain all the weird shit that they've been putting out. You know? I gotta look at a map. I gotta look at the map and go, But That's right. Garbage. Hop the border and go to Toronto. And go catch a Blue Jays game in the Sky Dome. Or the Rogers Center. Or whatever the hell they call it nowadays. I don't know. They probably call it the Blow Me Center. I don't know. Uh, of course, they got insane weed in the Virgin Islands. Everybody's a virgin and they're living on an island. I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about this weed, but no, I have never I've never smoked anything in my life ever. So if I do, it'll probably kill me. But you let them touch your butthole? What? Mm-mm-mm. That's insane. You know them Mounties up there, they take advantage of us Americans. You know? You know when the world comes to an end, Canadian land's gonna be like them border patrol people, they gonna be like they gonna be up Schitt's Creek. No. No, actually no. No, I where I was born at is about 40 miles, 30 miles away. So I've actually been down where I've been longer than I've actually been where I was, the hospital that I was born in burned down to the ground years ago. So it ain't even around anymore. It went poof. Um, and we only had one hospital, and it was right across the street from the cemetery. So I got an idea. Has anybody ever created a thing where weed and maple syrup are infused? And if not, I'm inventing it. I'm going to copyright it and patent it. Maple weed syrup pancakes. I have been in 4 states and almost was in another one with last year when I went to my cousin's house in Shreveport, which is right there near Arkansas and Texas. But I've already been in Texas, so that wouldn't count. Never been to Arkansas. I've been close twice. I've been within 20 miles of Arkansas twice. But yeah, I can tell you the states I've been in easily, very easily. Texas once, and I ain't going back to Texas. The hell with them. Of course, Louisiana, because I'm here every day. Mississippi, I'm in Mississippi every probably 30, 40 times a year, maybe more because my dad's there. And I remember I was in Alabama once or twice for something when I was a kid. And I think that's it. I don't think I went past Bama. But frozen syrup, and well, doesn't snow here much. Although it did this year one day. But I don't like to travel. I get anxiety and panic attacks when I'm away from my house for too long. I go to my aunt's house 3 hours up north, and I'd have panic attacks sometimes. Like I can't sleep. I don't know what it is. My body's just used to whatever. I went to Shreveport. I went to my cousin's house, and I could not sleep. I had to take a couple of Xanax to put my ass out. You go somewhere and your body's not used to it. Even though you're in a safe place with family, I've been to my cousin's house twice already. Shreveport's 5.5 hours. I'm at the bottom of the state. Shreveport's at the top of the state. So it's 5.5 hours straight up. Before that, she used to live in Monroe, which was a little closer. But I think next time when I go to her house, because she's only like 20 or 30 minutes away from Arkansas and about an hour and a half from Dallas. So maybe. Copy and paste what? Oh, copy and paste my house? Sure, why not? I always see it, and I understand that Louisiana is the only state that has a parish instead of a county. But every time I see county, it always seems weird to me. Like, county, what? But even when I say the word county, it feels kind of weird for me to say it. Yeah, I'm just not a traveling person. That's why you'll never see my ass on an airplane. Well, actually, I haven't had to go on an airplane because nobody I knew actually, up until about 6, 7 years ago, my brother moved to Ohio. And I've never, I haven't seen him in 7 years, and I probably never see him the rest of my life because I'm not fucking traveling. He's not coming down here, and I'm not going up there. So, I'll be like, good luck to him. And my other brother wants to move to Oregon. If he hasn't already, he don't talk to me because he hates Trump. So I probably won't be able to talk to him for another 3 or 4 years. So, it is what it is. But yeah, and I'm not getting that real ID bullshit. I'm not paying another $50 so they can put a goddamn star on my ID. I can draw a star on my damn ID, and there we go. I actually do need another ID though, but I'm not. I just paid $50 last year for one. My ID's good until 2029, so I'm good. When that runs out in a couple of years, then I'll get another ID. But it's like, oh, if you don't have a star on your ID, you can't fly or go to a courthouse. Like, why in the ass do I want to fly? Number one, and I certainly don't want to be in a courthouse. So they're doing me some favors. But yeah, I don't. I'm not a traveling person. I'll do it every so often. Every couple of months, I'll travel. I just don't like to travel. Yeah, but I don't want to fly anywhere. I don't really have a thing to fly with. Oop, hit that wrong button by accident. Um, yeah, I've just never try. I'm not a traveling person, so I don't know. But so I've never had a reason to fly anywhere. Like I said, up until my brother moved about 6, 7 years ago, All my relatives were in Louisiana. But, I mean, nowadays, my cousin's kids, second and third cousins, some live in Arkansas, some live in Missouri. You know. Um, that's about it, really. But if I had a reason to fly, I'd go get the stupid ID with the star on it. And I'd bend over real nice and say, I got nothing up my booty hole. But just in case, I would eat a lot of garlic. Just in case they want to do a full body cavity search. And, then they wouldn't do it again. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Well, you see, you have family. It makes sense for you to travel. It doesn't really make sense for me to travel anywhere. I mean, to fly. Uh, hey, one of these days I'm going to Cajun's house because my aunt doesn't. Cajun doesn't live that far from my aunt. Same thing with. Same thing for Grumpy Stack Tires. Grumpy Stacks Tires is in Ville Platte, which is only 45 minutes away from my aunt's house. Cajun lives a little past that, so that's about another 15, 20 minutes. So Cajun only lives about an hour away from my aunt's house. And he was going to come up here. He was going to go to my aunt's house. But, let's see. I guess so, Kyle. I don't know how long we'll be on for. I thought you were going to sleep. And you don't have to go to sleep. You can stay up all night. I'll put you to sleep. No problem. But, I can send anybody the link if they want to pop up. But I usually do it with Cajun, but he's probably knocked out. I forgot to message him, though. But I'm going to be on Cajun stream tomorrow. Nah, Cajun's in Eunice. Eunice is, Nah, you're good, Kyle. Well, Eunice is a small city. Well, I don't know, small, but, Hey, when I go to my aunt's house, that's out there in the country. The city where she's at is kind of small. And then you go into Marksville, and that's, you got to go through Hesmer, and you go to the Marksville, where the casino is and stuff. And Marksville used to be small now. That's pretty big. And you go about 30 miles down the road to Alexandria. They call it's Alexandria, but the locals call it Alec. Um, you know, but Southern Coin Hunter's been to Cajun's house, and I think Raging Cajun's been there too, and a few others. I haven't. Um, you know, but Cajun was gonna come to my aunt's house one time, and something happened, and then something else happened, and of course now they don't have the vehicle, so they can't go anywhere they want to. You know. Yeah. Well, let's see, Louisiana's got 60. It was 64 parishes. I think now it's 60. I think now it's 68. And there are some parishes in this state I have never heard of before. So, like when I went to my cousin's house in Shreveport, there are parishes I never even knew existed. And I'm like, oh, okay, this one, this one. Now, to get from where I'm at to my aunt's house, there's 7 parishes. And then from where my aunt lives to where my cousin lives, there's an additional 8 parishes. So I got to go from the bottom of the state, well, not quite to the bottom, not all the way at the bottom, but close enough to pretty much the top left corner of the state. Yeah, because Shreveport's all the way in the corner. It's right there. And I heard all these parish names, and I'm like, I went through, and I'm like, I didn't know this one. You got Natchitoches, and of course, I knew about Natchitoches Parish. I already knew about them, and that's where plays there. Northwestern State. You go through Natchitoches, you go through a lot of Indian names out that way. Although I don't get to go through Ouachita Parish though. That's the only thing. I skipped that one because that's on the other side. But I was looking at the census map a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking at it, and there are parishes I've never even heard in my state before. There's a parish called Grant, but it's all the way to the right and all the way straight up, and I had never heard of it before. There's a lot in my state I don't know about, so I don't know about going other places. No. Louisiana will never have counties. It's in the state constitution. No. The reason they call it parish is because it goes back to when the French owned Louisiana. Parish meant church. So that's, yeah, we're unique. It's Louisiana versus the world. We're never going to be counties. Nope. No. I like parish better. So, but I think we have 68 because they added a few parishes a couple of years ago. So, yeah, apparently it's like, okay, Trump says we're going to do this, and the Supreme Court says, not so fast, my friend. I don't think so. And Trump's like, well, let me put my foot in your ass and my middle finger up your face, and we're going to get this shit go. But Mexico, funny enough, Mexico is suing Donald Trump because he changed the name to Gulf of America. Now, Mexico has never claimed this body of water for themselves, ever. And I don't even know why it was called the Gulf of Mexico in the first place, because the body of water is in United States territory. So I don't know. We'll give Mexico to Mr. Go. They can have Mr. Go all they want. Oh, you heard of old man Biden got prostate cancer. They're saying he probably had prostate cancer the entire time he was president. So not only is the man senile and he's got dementia, now he got prostate cancer and it's spread all the way to his bones. So that's why he doesn't know what he's doing. No. He's not Satan. No. He's El Presidente. No. Satan is somebody way different. I have a different person for that in mind. I've always had a different person for that in mind. But hey, like I said this morning, good thing he didn't die in office. You know who we would have got stuck with? We would have had Camel Toe running the country. And she is a moron. So she still thinks she can be president. I'm like, in what alternate universe did you win? Because we're going to go to that alternate universe and erase it from the timeline. So, but yeah, in all fairness, though, Biden has no idea where he is. He never did. You know, they were saying this morning he pardoned 2,430 people on the last day. And they were showing all the signatures. And they were saying, nobody, that's how they know it's auto pen. Nobody writes the same way twice. Ever. This is how I know Shaq, Boomer Esiason, Shaq, and a few other ones have the exact same signature every time. It's auto pen. They sign it once, and then they train the pen to trace it. They said 2,460. The record before him was Clinton at 177. So, well, you gotta wait till the dude dies, and then you can overturn all his shit. But I'm gonna sign my executive orders in auto pen. Yeah, but the thing about executive orders is executive orders only last as long as the president's in office. That's why they're trying to get the big tax bill together. You know, that's why they're trying to get all this stuff pushed through Congress because, you know, I mean, I know Trump still got 3.5 years left, but God forbid, let's say he has a heart attack and he passes away or something. Then, you know, Vance has got to do all these executive orders. You know? But yeah. See all of those executive orders that Biden signed? They're not legal anymore. That's what an executive order is. It's only law. It's not law. It's just something that president hands down. So all that shit that Biden did, he never put it in a law. All that drilling shit, that doesn't count anymore. He's not in office. But they're always drilling in the Gulf of America. They're always drilling. They got so many oil rigs out there, 100 miles offshore. That's what my grandpa did for 40 plus years. He worked at Shell on offshore rigs. That's how he made his money. So he was always on them rigs, drilling for oil. Oh, they passed that law? I didn't even pay attention. Well, shit, I get tips. I don't claim them. So I don't care about that one. I care about the no taxes on overtime. In fact, I care about the no taxes at all. You know. Everything should be signed on July 4th. You know, fun fact. The Declaration of Independence was actually signed on July 2nd. But it took 2 days to ratify it. So it was ratified on July 4th. But technically, we should be celebrating July 2nd. You know. Oh, there goes the mosquito trucks. All right. Yeah, spray that shit and let's get rid of them. No taxation without representation. Let's dump some tea in the Boston Tea Party in the harbor. You know what? I'm going to dump some tea in the Mississippi River. See if anybody notices. Probably not, because the color of the Mississippi River is exactly the color of a tea bag. Dirt. That's why when people jump in the Mississippi River, the current pulls them under, and they never seen alive again. Shit, obviously you don't know about the Mississippi River. Hell, that thing is so polluted. Nobody knows what the hell it's polluted with. I mean, it's got all that sediment and what? Well, that's okay. They can't. I almost fell in the Mississippi River once. About the last time I made contact with the Mississippi River, about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe. I don't exactly know the date, but me and my friend was walking the levee, and almost fell off the damn levee. It's where the cruise ship they park, and I fell and I tumbled and I almost landed. Like my foot was in the Mississippi River, my shoe anyway, but I pulled it out. It was the edge of it, because right on the battlefield is the levee. Funny enough, that one side you go to the battlefield where they got the War of 1812. They fought. Andrew Jackson fought the British on that land. I've been on that several times. So that land right there. Okay. Next to it, they got the Domino Sugar Refinery. That's right there on the Mississippi River on the right side. You go down the levee, And they used to have this city. It was a black city. It was called Fayetteville. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a black city, and it was there till like the late 60s, and then the National Park Service kicked everybody out. They bought the land, kicked everybody out their house, and they demolished all the houses. But you can't go down that street. Because I always wondered as a kid, why do they have that street? You can't go down that street because they have armed security guards, and they will shoot you if you go down that street. Which is funny enough. You can't go down that street, which is on the side, right next to the cemetery. But you keep walking straight, it leads you into the refinery. And they don't lock the refinery. You could walk right into the gates of the refinery. Because me and my friend did it. But you can't walk down the side thing. Because they got armed security people. They will shoot your ass. Boom, boom, boom. But right there on the levee is where all of they got they got the house, the Bogart house off the side, and then they got you go on the levee, and that's where the cruise ships come in. They lock the gate, and the cruise ships come out, and they go through the battlefield. I wish I would have took video. I have pictures of it. I don't have video of it, but I got pictures of it, and I posted them and stuff. And it's been a couple of years. It's been like 7 or 8 years since I've been down there. Of course, I can't go down. My friend moved to Mississippi, so yeah, that shot that down the hill. So I don't have a way to get down there anymore. But I'll go down there one of these days and I'll film it. Actually, a bunch of YouTubers actually filmed it because back in the day, they used to lock, and you go into the gates, you drive into in the back, they got this big obelisk, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I've been in it before, but they used to lock it a lot. I haven't been in it in a long time. I went in it once. You crawl up to the top. It's 178 steps to the top, I think it is. And you can see the whole Mississippi River. You see everything, the whole parish from one side. You know, well, not the whole parish, but you can see miles and miles and miles. You can see across the Mississippi River to Gretna. You take the ferry. No, is it Gretna? No, it's Algiers and then Gretna, yeah. Or definitely Algiers. Because I've taken that ferry many a times, just goofing around. Me and my friend were bored, and we used to just drive around you pay $1. I think it's like $5. You pay $1, you go to the other side, and then you drive about 10, 20 miles, and the other side's free. We used to we did that like 10 times one night. We were bored. We didn't have nothing to do. Let's just drive around. But you go that way, and then but anyway, that was a time where me and my friend, we didn't know this at the time, but they were filming an episode of NCIS New Orleans in that cemetery. And I don't know the name of the actual episode. However, I didn't know this at the time. And I've only watched it one time since. They were filming in this cemetery, and I have no idea why. Because this cemetery it was established in like the Civil War, I think. I don't know. It's got people buried there from the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, Civil War, World War One, World War Two, Korean War, Vietnam War. I think there's a few people from Afghanistan that's in there. There ain't that much land left. I think there's only 8 or 9 plots left. It was a freedman cemetery at one point. It went into disarray, and then they started redoing it and whatnot. But they have a funeral there once every 2 or 3 years, I think. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's yeah. There's actually, I think there's like 8 plots left, and 2 of them say reserved on it. The last time I went down there, but yeah, they got one of the people that fought in the Civil War is a woman, and she's buried in there. They have a lot of space because back in the day they would bury you standing up. But I've walked in it already. You can actually walk in it. You can drive through it, or you can walk in it. And it'll tell you certain things about the headstones and whatnot. And yeah, that's right next to the Chalmette battlefield. I mean, if you Google it, you can see what I'm talking about. But the battlefield, yeah, it was the actual battlefield that Andrew Jackson on January 8th, 1815 fought the British. That actual battlefield. And that was in my parish. So that was right off the Mississippi River. Yeah, they used to bury, well, back in certain cemeteries, they used to bury you standing up. That's how they did it. That's how you can fit so many graves in one area. But honestly, it's a wonder, to tell you the truth, it's a wonder that they can still bury people, because, you know, New Orleans is below sea level. So you really don't bury people below the ground, New Orleans and the surrounding places. And of course, Chalmette is right there on the battle. Chalmette is right there on the Mississippi River. And this cemetery is right there on the Mississippi River. I'm talking about like right there. So, and you know, Louisiana, the coastline shrinks and shit, erosion, whatever. But at least this is what I read, that they buried him standing up. So, you know, they probably did. Because if you look at pictures, they got pictures, I'm sure, on Google or whatever. I forget what it's called. But if you look up the Chalmette battlefield, it's right next to the battlefield on the left. And I don't remember what they call the cemetery. I never could remember what they call it. We just called it the cemetery. So I never knew. Me and my friend snuck in there because they closed. It's only open from like 8 to 4. Me and my friend snuck in there. We jumped the gates. And it was like it was like a bet or something like that. Me and my friend fell asleep in it overnight, laid in the middle of the cemetery. And I could always swear I heard noises, which I could have. You never know. We didn't know anything about ghosts back in the day. We were just like, let's go sleep in a cemetery. I don't know why the hell we did it. We just did. But yeah, they got the driving tour. You drive around. You go in the front. It loops around. You go in the back. I've done the walking tour and the driving tour. And of course, the two are connected, the cemetery and the battlefield, because they're right next to each other. But the battlefield used to have it had several houses on it. There's only one house left, and that's the Beauregard house. Well, Chalmette Plantation, whatever they like to call it. The guy that owned the place, his last name was Chalmette. So they just named the city after him. I don't remember his whole name. He had one of those French names, like 18 different names. But they added an extra T, because I think he only had one T in the end of his name. And then they added two. So... But yeah, funny enough, they don't. Well, anyway, that's a little thing with New Orleans. That's why you don't have cemeteries. That's why you don't bury anybody in New Orleans below ground, because you will hit water. And that is why we don't have basements. Because if you dig down deep enough, you're gonna hit water. Mostly in New Orleans. It's not bad. It's not that bad where I'm at. But in the surrounding areas, you dig down 6 feet, you're probably going to hit water. It's just a conclusion. Or maybe it was 600 feet. I don't know. Whatever. You dig down deep enough, you're going to find water. So let's see. What else? I guess Cajun is sleeping, but it is what it is. If I ever go back down there again, I'm going to take video. My friend actually took video. And I was supposed to go with him one time, but I forgot why I didn't want to take. I didn't go with him for whatever reason. If you look on the channel, Dark Airwalk, got a picture of a blue skull. He's got a video. It's called "Firing a Cannon," because they fire cannons to commemorate certain things, whatever, the anniversary. You know. But it's pretty cool overall. These State Farm commercials are funny. Instead of getting Batman, you get Bateman. Well, I think that's what they did back in the day. Save them time. I've actually heard, I don't know if they did it down here, but I've actually heard stories where they would do that, like World War One and stuff. They would just bury mass graves. They would just bury a bunch of people standing up, just kind of, you know. Yeah, they got over in that cemetery. They got, I don't know how many. I don't remember if I took a picture of the. I don't think I took a picture. Yeah, I usually don't take pictures of cemeteries because I don't want to be disrespectful to the spirits. But you never know what you're gonna catch. You may catch a spirit. But they have these little plaque. They have these placards, like signs or whatever, and it tells you stuff about that. I think I might have took a picture of that one time. But I do have pictures of the cemetery, like certain pictures of it, like the brick wall, like from the back, because the levee, the roadway is right there, and past the roadway on the other side is the levee. But I have pictures. I sent them to Scotty once. He looked at them. He thought they were pretty cool. About 20, 25 pictures, I think. I have them on a secret Facebook hidden page. So they're somewhere. But man. I didn't. I'm bad at these things. I don't know why I say I'm going to do something and I don't. Probably because I write things down and I don't forget I write them down. Wait, let me write it down again. Right under this YouTube channel, Delete Laws, it says, watch Zanron video. I should put a date on this, like watch now. Didn't you say it was like carpet cleaner or something? I don't remember. I wrote it down somewhere. I know I wrote it down. Oh, I was playing Madden 03, and I took the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl twice, and I won twice. And I had a non-70% win percentage. I'm going to do that again. I might play that tonight. I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I can do what I want. Well, Cajun's got like 3 or 4 Facebooks, I think. He's got the Bulu Cat. He's got the other one, Cajun Corn Hunter. He's got the Cooking with Cajun, and then he got something. I think I got like 3 of them. And then Miss Missy's got hers. So, but Cajun never really uses Facebook. He's got it, but he never really he doesn't do anything with it. Yeah. Let's see. Wait, now I gotta write this down again. Let's see. Wayne Westland's Popo need the glasses. I'm not allowed to do laundry. It's against my religion. Welcome back. Okay, I wrote that down. I gotta get this. What you call it? Phew, oh, that's what that is. Okay. Where is it? I don't see it on here. I don't know what time Cajun's gonna stream tomorrow. Probably like 7 o'clock. Maybe. I don't know. Should do more of the balloons, but I don't know if I want to look at more of the balloons. Yeah, I didn't even wash my hands when I did that shit. Alright, I gotta get up and go to the kitchen. So the phone will be in. Make it in one piece without seeing millipedes on my damn ground on the ground. All right, damn it, Emma, up, 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 up. All right, up, up, up. All righty. Yep, the phone's going. What the hell is that? Huh. Okay. Weird stuff. Man, this damn thing smells like shit still. I don't know. Damn sewage wants to back up again. I'm gonna kick its butt. Like, it ain't gonna do that shit anymore. All right. Gee, what the hell else I got to eat? Yeah. Oh, that's strawberries. I need strawberries. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I never forgot about that. What the hell is that? How did you get in my house, Daddy? Wrong name, you son of a bitch. Who let you? Oh, I might have let you in earlier. Hurry, you bastard. There we go. All right. Took care of that. Hate them damn things. They fly in here all the time. Well, I can never turn the light on outside. Now I gotta do whatever. How many meatballs do I have left in this damn thing? I might eat those. Look, the ball! That's the special they need the ball. That is a meatball. But let's see. So I have a homework assignment. I have to watch Dan Ron's video. Then I have to go on that Delete Laws video stream. And then I have to say, who the hell bugging my friend, Mr. Garbage? And I think that's it. Probably. I don't know. I think Zenron should do a live stream. Since he's at home, sitting there, he should do a stream. Then I can jump in, and I don't know what else. I don't have that much left, really. I do know I'll be on Cajun's stream, Cajun's panel tomorrow. Whatever time he goes live. Whether it's like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. The hell? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that. Well, something new every day. Oh yeah. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream because I'm gonna lay down. Nobody else is gonna do a live stream. I guess I'm just gonna watch the video I'm supposed to watch and sleep. This thing's coming. All right, refrigerator, stop coming. Sorry that Cajun wasn't on the stream. Like he probably is sleeping. You know, it happens. They sleep. You know, but so anyway, appreciate all y'all. Kyle, Quick Wrench, Garbage. I think that was it. I don't think anybody else came in, but if you didn't come up, if you didn't, then yeah. So I'll see you in the streams. I'll see you in Cage's stream tomorrow. I'll be on the panel. I don't know what time he's going live, but we'll figure it out. So, y'all have a good night. I'll see you later.